What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? This your boy Rel, aka Dolo. You now tuned into the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show. I got my guy here with me right here, Young Jers, man. He is under the weather, but he pulled through tonight. Let me change the
Yeah,
background. I
yeah.
apologize for that. Yeah, man, he was under the weather, man, but he pulled through tonight, man. So y'all wish him well. Y'all wish him to get well soon.
Good
You know what I
looks, good
mean?
looks.
Please make sure that y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you don't know where to find me at on YouTube, you could type in Dolo Solo 1033 TV. That's Dolo Solo 1033 TV. You can also hit me up on Instagram at the real Dolo Solo 1033. The real Dolo Solo 1033. That's everything right there, man. We about to get into the recap of the NFL Week 15, man. We about to start recapping this joint. We're gonna start off with the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Steelers, man. What an amazing game, man. The Eagles defeated the Steelers, man. This was a battle of the Pennsylvania football team, and I even said it
Yeah.
wrong, Pennsylvania. This was the battle of the Pennsylvania football team, man. The Eagles versus the Steelers, man. This is one of those games that a lot of people actually wanted to see. They wanted to see a different performance out of Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? They pretty much got what they asked for. Very good game. I forgot what the score was, if I'm not mistaken. What was the score?
27 to 13.
27-13. The score was 27-13. The Philadelphia Eagles actually came out the first quarter and the second quarter on fire. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts actually ended up the first half 11-12. You know what I mean? So he was on target. Him and AJ Brown, they was pretty much on point together. Him and Devontae Smith was on point together. This was a game that they really didn't need Saquon Barkley for real. He ended up getting nicked early and he pretty much missed the whole quarter. But this just to let you know the greatness of a Jalen Hurts and a AJ Brown, the greatness of a Jalen Hurts and a Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? There was a lot of stuff surrounding Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. What's the linebacker name again? I can't. The
Um,
defensive player who got injured.
you got it's a different so one of the guy.
Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham. There's a lot of
Yeah,
news
yeah, yeah,
going
yeah, yeah.
surrounding them guys. Basically, coming from the Carolina game, Brandon Graham, not Brandon Graham, AJ Brown actually spoke to the media and he said that one of the things that was lacking was passing. And he fell right into the media trap because the media was pretty much baiting him for weeks and weeks, and then he
Yeah.
finally took the bait, and so the media, like the facility, the Philadelphia media, they end up taking it and start spinning the narrative and try to create chaos amongst the team. But this was the game to actually prove them wrong. It was a I need y'all to be quiet game. You know what I mean? AJ Brown ended up having 11 targets with 8 receptions, I believe, for 100 or something yards. Devontae Smith ended up having 12 targets with I think 9 receptions for 100 and something yards. Jalen Hurts was on fire, man. Moving the ball pretty good. Pocket awareness was good. One thing I said in my hype fan Eagle videos is that Jalen Hurts had to get in a rhythm. It's hard to get in a rhythm when your running back is running the air out the ball and they only got you throwing the ball but so many times during the game. Let your quarterback get in a rhythm so that way he can find his he can find where the wide receivers at and he can actually read the field. If he can't get in a rhythm, then it's hard to find your wide receivers and stuff like that. So this was definitely a prove it game and a FU game to the media. So the defense actually stepped up. So what's your takeaways from this game?
I take away is that they on both sides of the field they showed that we could actually compete like with top, not just any team but like top tier teams that's out in this league that's also doing it too. We got a lot of good teams that's doing this. It seemed like a very competitive year season with a lot of these teams, and we showed that on the offensive side we could keep up, and on the defense side, like especially on the defense side, we are keeping these teams in low scoring. Like I think no team have scored more than 20 and plus points on our defense since the Jaguars, and that was I think they scored 23 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
So like that just lets you know what we are doing very well on the defense side, and on the offense side, I just take that, like you were saying, all the talk about AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts and with the passing game and everything. Um, I feel like all these analysts and these people that we speaking on sports and interviews and all this other stuff, I feel like this game the Eagles had a lot of them backpedaling. Most of them, if not all of them, backpedaling in their words. And they all you hearing them saying is, oh, y'all making it seem like, because you saw the interview with Jalen Hurts was like, he was like, oh, so I got, he said that's what y'all want to, that's what y'all want to see, like, that's what y'all want, like that's what he was saying. And AJ Brown was like, yo, yeah, that we felt like that was something that shut them up. So now you see all these analysts and see all these people, they backpedaling and talking about, oh, y'all acting like it was us that said this. Y'all the one that said it. Y'all the one that brought it in the locker room. Y'all the one that said y'all had a passing issue. Y'all the one that did that, because they don't want to take accountability of what they did. And what I'm gonna say is, yes, they are the one that brought it up. Yes, AJ Brown was the one that brought it up about the passing, and Nick Sirianni elaborated on it and everything. But don't act like they exaggerated with everything. Don't act like, okay, they brought it up to make a big issue out something. No, they brought it up to inform y'all on what they know that they need to work on. Like, yeah, the passing game. And they brought that up to let them know, like, yo, we got this. We gonna work on. We know it was a little frustration because they know they could be better. Not to bring it up to be like, oh, panic and be like, oh, it's an issue, or Jalen Hurts is the issue, and Jalen Hurts is the problem, or this he can't pass, or like a lot of stuff that these analysts after the Panthers game, there's a lot of stuff they start talking about just on that they took whatever AJ Brown said and ran with it and made a whole narrative and everything and blew everything out, made everything more serious than what it really was. And then now, of course, they gonna feel like that. Of course, Jalen Hurts gonna feel like, yo, like y'all taking our words in a different meaning. Like y'all making
Yeah.
it seem more than what it is. And
Hmm.
now they trying to talk about, oh, they wasn't like, nah, y'all was really trying to come at Jalen Hurts. Yes, he had some hiccups of his passing. He missed some guys. I get it. But overall, you act like he was doing that all season. Like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of cleanup. Yeah, he had turnovers in the beginning, but between the turnovers, he was getting that ball out and making good passes. So them knowing with that they blew the whole thing. And the guy, I would say this, and I'll give it up. The guy off of, what's that show? I think First Thing First with Nick Wright. I think his
Yeah. I
name
don't.
is.
I don't. I don't watch. I don't watch none of that for real. So
Oh yeah.
I
I
just
think his
watch the
name is.
I watch Facility, a little bit of ESPN, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything that Nick Wright is on.
Yeah, no, I know. I watch it just to see what they be talking about, and I think his name
Yeah.
Buff, something like that. The ginger looking guy, like, he looked like Sinbad a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I forget his name. Bro, that's what they call him, bro. Like, he the only one that brought that up. He said, like, yo, don't, like, he also want to say is he know that AJ Brown brung up that scenario, but he also want to say that they the media and the sports, they have a tendency to blow things out more than what it is. Oh, soon
Hmm.
as they see two people having a disagreement for a moment, they immediately think they hate each other. Like they
Yeah.
immediately think it's a whole hate, they don't like each other, whatever. Like friends or whatever can't have small disagreements and they need to cool off for a little bit and they come back. Like, so I just wanted to throw that in there, that this game to me has showed that, yo, y'all blew everything out for no reason. Like, we don't have the guys that could do this. Like, All we
Mm-hmm.
just needed was, to me, I always felt like we could do this, and I just felt like two things. Hurts got to get a little bit more comfortable because I felt like the turnovers in the beginning kind of made him hold on to the ball a little bit more. And Kellen Moore had to call a good game, like, to get Jalen Hurts to stay in that type of flow of motion. And I would end it off with this: Kellen Moore and Hurts. That's what they did. Kellen Moore called a good passing game, and
Yeah.
Hurts looked comfortable. And one thing he did was that you saw that was more different than other game is he was getting that ball out quicker. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was doing, he was doing checkdowns. Wasn't trying to look for deep balls all the time. Nah, boom, get it out, get the ball out. Don't take no sacks, don't force nothing. Boom, he was doing it to crosses, slants, doing it to the flat. Kenny Gainwell is showing that he could be a good backup for Saquon Barkley. Like this, like so. I like the game plan that Kellen Moore called for that game with the passing, not just like okay he read the passing, no how he called a passing game, and then
Yeah.
I like that how comfortable Jalen Hurts seemed to get that ball out quicker and go through his progression. So it was an overall all game, but I like the passing game on that aspect.
Yeah, for me, I like the help, and matter of fact, I like the depth that we got. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Gainwell did his thing, you know what I mean, in place of Saquon Barkley, who got injured early. Kenny Gainwell was out there wilding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Our defense, man, yo, if listen, I don't think no running back this season put up 100 yards on us. That says a lot. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That
yeah.
says a lot. No running back this season put up 100 yards on us. Period, man. That says a lot. N'Kobe Dean has came a long way. He was one of those linebackers that came into the league 2-3 years ago, injury prone. You know what I mean? And he couldn't really stay on the field. Now that he's healthy or whatever like that, and pair him with another good linebacker in Zach Bond, who is listen, man. I hope the Philadelphia Eagles do something quick, man. Get this man a contract. You know what I mean? Get this man a contract. We got to figure that out, man. It was a play that happened with Darius Slay and I think another tight end from the Pittsburgh Steelers. When the play was dead and the tight end drove Darius Slay all the way to the end zone, and then Darius Slay ended up swinging on him. And then next thing you know, Quinyon Mitchell came to Darius Slay rescue, and then the whole birds just started flocking. You know what I'm saying? And that'll
Mhm.
let you know that our defense is fierce, man. We got one of
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
defenses in the league, period, man. So
yeah, yeah.
I like the fact that AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts actually shut up the media. And they didn't do it, they didn't do it by talking. They did it with their play on the field. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that listen, we could run the ball, but I want to let y'all know we can throw the ball too. You know what I mean? We could pretty
Mm-hmm.
much beat y'all anyway. Running the ball, throwing the ball, we could beat y'all defensively. You know what I'm saying? So but this the thing though. When you give the media ammunition to start, you know what I mean, to start throwing at you for real, then we gotta we got to take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a lot of things should have been handled in house. You know what I mean? But what
yeah.
I take from it is the fact that I'm glad this happened because who knows during this game if we would have switched anything up and if we just would have kept on with the run. You know what I mean? I'm glad we were able. I feel like the way we came out was a big adjustment to okay, cool. We ignored the passing game. I'm glad AJ Brown said something, but let me remind y'all that we can throw the ball too. And not only that, we got a top 5 wide receiver in the game, and we got a top 5 number 2 wide receiver in the league. You know what I mean? So we pretty much shut down damn near every good team that came at us from the Washington Commanders. They was good at one point. We shut them down. And then you know what I mean? The Baltimore Ravens, you know what I mean? We did them dirty. We shut them down. Lamar Jackson didn't really have a big game on us. Down to
Mm-hmm.
the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were supposed to be the reign of terror. They were supposed to end our whole what 9-10 game win streak.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Closing out the season, we pretty much got an easy schedule. You know what I mean? Anything can still happen, but we pretty much got an easy schedule. We got Washington coming up next. we got the Dallas Cowboys, and then we got the Giants. Right now I'm looking for the 1 seed. Hopefully we can get the 1 seed. The Detroit Lions actually lost. They lost to the Buffalo. They lost to the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? So let's get on to the Detroit Lions, man. They actually lost to the Buffalo Bills. They are riddled with injuries, man. I think they got 17, I think either 17 or 22 players on the injured reserve list, man.
Yeah.
One of their main running backs and Montgomery, he ended up having a season-ending injury. Montgomery and Gibbs, they called each other Sonic and Tails or Sonic and Knuckles or something like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
As far
Sonic
as
and Knuckles.
yeah. But he actually ended his season. He actually ended up tearing, I think, his MCL or something like that. But they
Bad.
actually lost to the Buffalo Bills, man. Josh Allen out there looking like an MVP. You know what I mean? I think he had 2 rushes on the ground. 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 in the air. But he was doing whatever out there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Allen came, he came a long way from him being known for having a bunch of turnovers and throwing interceptions to him being polished
Mm-hmm.
this year. Him not really having a number 1 wide receiver and putting the team on his back. You know what I mean? His
Mm-hmm.
defense isn't the best, but he's going out there making it happen. You know what I'm saying? What's your takeaways on that game?
Nah, man, just like you said, Josh Allen is out there making plays, and no, they picked up Amari Cooper, but I don't know. Was he playing out there or did
Nah,
he
he
be
didn't have
out?
no targets. He didn't have no targets, and that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
what.
It's like for him to do what he did, and Amari Cooper ain't have no targets, and,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
that's what I'm
they
saying.
still beat one of the best teams in the NFL. That's
Yeah,
that's that's
that,
crazy.
that that's what I'm saying. Cause I didn't see his name ring up. Now one time, that boy Shakir is like, shoot, he's solidifying a number 1 receiver than he is.
Hmm.
He out there balling and making plays. And but I look at it both, to be honest, both offense was out there doing their thing. Because I'm not going, even though the Lions lost, they still was out there balling. Jared Goff was still
Jared
slinging
Goff
that
is
ball.
balling. Yeah.
Like they was out, but it was just all it was going to always come down to what defense was going to get that more stop, get the key stops more, a little bit more. And you already know, the Lions defense is depleted, and they not looking very good right now in this season. So
Hmm.
that was just the key point of the game, that the Bills defense was able enough to do a little bit more to and that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
But also I would say this. What I would say is both offensive coordinator or coach, whatever the head coach is involved, but both offenses, they know how to dial up plays.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they know how to dial up plays. I'm looking at the Bills, the way they dial up plays, and like some of the schemes and some of the play calling, how they are doing things to get scheming people open, just different things, looking, just not looking standard, just being creative with their plays. And
Hmm.
also with the lines, it's just being creative with the plays too. Moving a line, I think he was an offensive lineman to a tight end position,
Hmm.
and the scheme him open to get a touchdown. You don't see that often, and to work in the way that it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are that was a really pretty good play that they designed, and they made up. And they don't just only do that; they do a lot of that, So they look like they have a good offensive play calling. Both the Bills and the Lions, and I think that's why it was like that type of score. It just came down to the defense, and the defense just couldn't. Both defense had a hard time trying to figure out the offense because of that reason. It just the Bills defense is a little bit more better to put that pressure on the quarterback. And
Hmm.
I would end it off and say this: it was a lot of talk about, what's his name, Dan Campbell, the head coach for the Lions.
Yeah. With the
Um,
onside kick, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. All-sided kicking so early in the game. A lot of them said, well, that's Dan. They were saying, that's who we are, that's the team, and that's how they are. He been coach. Yeah, and that's good too. But sometimes you gotta know when and when not. You gotta know when to turn it on and
You
turn it off.
gotta know when to hold them, know
Yeah.
when to fold them.
Right. Yeah, you gotta know when to turn it on and turn it off, man. Like that was the time to turn it off. Keep that
Yeah,
switch off, man. Don't turn it
yeah,
on, man. Like it's too early in the game. You had a chance to come back. Why give him? Why give him? You see that your defense is having a hard time stopping the offense.
yeah.
Why give them an easy field advantage? Like kick that
But
ball down.
that's what happened last year. I don't know if you remember, but they was in the NFC Championship, and
Yeah, yeah.
the difference in that game was him going for it on a fourth down or whatever like that. Instead of kicking the ball, like
Mm-hmm.
Dan Campbell, he's aggressive, so he's gonna live and die with just outrageous play call. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially either
yeah,
going on a fourth down or like that's just him. Like that's how he do it. He'll
yeah,
take the risk. He'll go for it on the fourth down, or he'll take the risk and he'll do something like he did versus the Buffalo Bills and do that onside kick early in the game. You know what I mean? That's just Dan Campbell. But listen, man, this is the not to cut you off, but
Well, you good.
this is like y'all getting close to the playoffs. Like y'all can't be making no mistakes like how y'all did last year in the NFC Championship. You feel
Can't
what
you
I'm
can't.
saying? You can't. So like you said, you gotta learn. You gotta know when to cut that switch off, bro. And you should have done that.
Yeah, yeah, facts. That's what he should do. And I think he should have gave that. He should. I know your defense, whatever, but you should have at least. Shoot, you gotta trust that your defense gonna make a stop at. They could. It's not that they didn't stop. Josh Allen at all through the game. I mean, they barely could stop him, but they had some stops. Like Josh Allen didn't have his way from the beginning to the end. Like so you just could have trust that. Okay, that drive, kick it down, get them shorted youngest field that they got to
Yeah.
march down. Trust your defense, try to dial up, get the ball back with enough of time, and try to play complimentary football. So like you said, that's Dan. Like they said, that's him. But he hopefully he won't
Yeah, shit.
he won't.
They was in the game too, especially towards the end. I feel like that
Yeah,
onside kick kind of messed up everything. Kind of messed
they
up
got
the rhythm of how they could come
rhythm
back.
and
I mean, you
did.
had Josh Allen throwing 4 touchdowns, trying his best. Like you said, their defense is depleted, so they couldn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So why put yourself more deep to where
Did
you know what I mean? Like nah, like yo, you gotta start. You gotta, like you said, you gotta cut that switch off and learn how
yeah.
to play
Don't let that go
smart
into the
football.
playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
don't let that
you
go into
cannot.
the don't let that go into the playoffs.
You cannot
Yeah,
do
that's
that
it.
in the playoffs, man. I'm gonna run down. I'm definitely gonna run down a couple of scores to before we end up going on to the next topic with another team. The Chiefs beat the Browns 21-7. Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston. He's going to throw
Mm-hmm.
interceptions and stuff like that. He actually it was a report that just happened. They benching Jameis Winston. So he's done. He's getting benched. Um, the Bengals beat the Titans 37-27. Wayne, you know what I mean? Whatever it is with that. The Commanders beat the Saints 2019. That was a real close game. You know what I mean? That was
Mm-hmm.
a real close game. The Ravens beat the Giants 35-14. Lamar had a hell of a day, man. Lamar was out there he was doing whatever. I mean, it's the Giants, so of course, but Lamar had 5 touchdown passes. He was 21 for 25, 290 yards. Derrick Henry, not so much during the day. He 14 carries for 67 yards, no touchdowns. Um, so it was the Lamar Jackson show for real. Lamar Jackson, Rashad Bateman, he was out there cooking for real.
Yeah.
Justin Hill had a touchdown, you know what I mean? Mark Andrews, he only had 2 receptions for 24 yards with a touchdown. So yeah, man, the Baltimore Ravens was definitely cooking out there for sure. The Jets beat the Jaguars 32-25. Both don't have playoff aspirations, so we don't
Nope.
really care about that. The Cowboys beat the Panthers 30-14. If the Cowboys could actually sneak into the playoffs, they can actually sneak into the playoffs if the Cowboys win out, and if I believe that if the Commanders lose 1 or 2 games, then the Cowboys can sneak into the playoffs for real. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? They can get in the playoffs. The Texans actually beat the Dolphins 20-12. The Broncos beat the Colts. Did you see that? Did you see that play with the Colts when they tried to do a flea flicker with Anthony Richardson?
I think I saw it on the highlights thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
Highlights
yo,
reel.
that play took so long to develop because Richardson threw it to the wide receiver. The wide
Mm-hmm.
receiver flip the ball and then end up throwing it back, which caused I think it was a pick six or
See, that
something
was a
like that.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like,
Like, what is y'all doing?
when the quarterback throw you the ball or whatever, you're supposed to get that ball and throw it right back. That's the point of a flea flicker. But when you
Yeah.
get the ball and then you want to flip it around, then get the grip of it and throw it, like you wasting time. You wasting
Yeah.
time trying to find the laces on the ball and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, the Broncos beat them. The Bills beat the Lions 48-42. The Cardinals beat the Patriots 30-17. The Buccaneers beat the Chargers, beat the dog out the Chargers 40-17, and the Packers beat the Seahawks 30-13. I want to talk a little bit about the Buccaneers, man. They've been having an up and down season and stuff like that. But I agree with some of the people like, yo, nobody really want to see the Buccaneers in the playoffs because they can give any top team a run for their money for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Buccaneers is just one of them teams like, yo, they can be tough. They can be had, but they can be tough too. You know what I'm saying? Like they end up beating us early in the season. I believe our record versus the Buccaneers, we are 1-4. We only beat them one time, and that was last year. We only beat them last year. We lost to the Buccaneers when they had Tom Brady. We lost to them in the, I think we lost to Tom Brady twice, and we lost to Baker Mayfield twice, and we only beat them one time with Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield. So we 1-4 versus the Buccaneers. I want to talk a little bit about Caleb Williams before we actually switch it up. What's your thoughts on Caleb Williams, man, as a rookie? You know what I mean? He had a terrible performance last night. He was out there hop, skipping, and jumping, missing wide receivers. You know what I mean? Getting pancaked and everything like that. I don't know if you paid attention to the game. I don't know if you saw the game or whatever sort of highlights of the game. But if you did,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have watched them during this whole course of the season, like,
Mm-hmm.
give me your thoughts on Caleb Williams.
I just feel like Caleb Williams is like he's like one of those quarterbacks in a position that you can't necessarily give. I won't say give up on him to say. Like example, like you look at Bryce Young right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when Bryce Young came in the NFL on his first season, he didn't. As far as my memory, I don't know. Maybe you probably agree or disagree. He didn't look too well. He didn't look
Mm-hmm.
good. Like he was performing. They was like, yo, we got this first round pick, and he not performing like no first round pick. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like ain't looking too good. But you look at Bryce Young now, you see a lot of development. You see how he's passing that ball, how he's extending plays, he's becoming a playmaker, how he's going through his progression and reading and throwing people open. He's doing a lot way or better on the Panthers and on a passing aspect and just extending plays and his skill set.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a lot of that now that you didn't see when he first came in the NFL. Sometimes it just mean sometimes it don't only be on the quarterback. Sometimes it be on coaches figuring out what is the quarterback best asset and what's the plays and develop him to comfortable enough in that offense that you built to know how to trust in your receivers and knowing when to pass it and not to pass it. Develop him to knowing when to go through his progressions and everything. So like he well, I look at a lot of these quarterbacks that not some of them they accuracy they passing it's just bad. Sometimes they might just lose it. They might they not the same like they was in college. But I look at it throwing the ball 50 yards down accurately is the same throwing it 50 yards down accurate in the NFL. There's no
Mm-hmm.
difference if you're throwing it 50 yards down accurate in a college ball than when you go in the NFL and you throw it 50 yards down accurate. 50 yards accurate is 50 yards accurate, but no matter what. Like if you've been doing this in college and you've been a good passer, accurate with your passing, you reading, you whatever, a lot of A lot of these quarterbacks still have that asset when they go in the NFL, but a lot of times because of development and because of the position, some coaches and some offensive coordinators put them in of how they call the game or how they put the players involved and set them up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes matchups and all that, a quarterback got to get used to it when it comes to the NFL. He got to see the difference of the NFL versus college. Like
Mm-hmm.
he got to see, okay, this is a little bit more fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Like the windows that was open as much it was in college, nah,
It's
it's not
not
the
open.
same.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get used to knowing when to throw this, get this ball out,
You got to
when
get used to
whatever
throwing wide receivers open.
open exactly. Like
Yeah.
so sometimes it takes a season, maybe two, like for a quarterback to come in to understand that. Like okay, this like the window, everything is I got it. Let me get through my whistling develop. Let me get used to this new thing of the NFL, and
Yeah.
so that's how I look at him. Like I look at him. I don't give up on him so much because we do this a lot with quarterbacks that come in and they have
Mm-hmm.
potential. Like but he definitely need a more development and progress. Because he's looking inexperienced a little bit in a lot of areas. But no, I think he got the potential. Just give him a
Yeah.
little bit more time.
Just to piggyback off of what you said about development. Um from my eye test and from what I know, from what I see, and I feel like for a good quarterback in the NFL, it really take them at least 4 to 5 years to develop to be a real good quarterback. You know what I mean? You got some anomalies out there who just good off the rip, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
for your average quarterback, it take them at least 5 years to figure out what type of defense is being schemed against them. To actually gain the mental and the IQ of when
yeah,
to throw the ball, what spaces, you still got to actually learn your wide receivers. You got to learn route patterns. You got to get
yeah,
your
yeah,
timing
yeah,
down pat. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, so it's not going to happen your first year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I honestly, I wasn't expecting a lot from Caleb Williams this year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Even though
yeah.
the hype was around him and stuff like that, and like I said, you got some anomalies that's out there that's just they just do they thing off the rip, like Jayden Daniels, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyler Murray came into the NFL looking real good. You know what I mean? But you do got your cases like Bryce Young, who looked horrible his first year, but you
Yeah,
see it towards the tail end of this year that he's starting to get trust in himself. That's one
yeah,
thing too. You
yeah.
gotta have trust in yourself. And
Facts, facts,
when it
facts.
comes to certain rookie quarterbacks, they don't fully have that trust. They don't fully have that
Mm-hmm.
development and all that stuff. So and it comes down to the coaches too. With the Bears, I think 2 offensive coordinators got fired this year. So
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go through your third offensive coordinator, that whole offense is just they just need to fucking implode that shit and just
Yeah,
get rid of,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and rebuild. You know what I mean? But I believe that he noticed that what I did in college doesn't translate to the NFL because, like you said, the game is played at a faster pace.
mm-hmm.
Now you're not just the best player. There is 32 other players that's just as
That
good as you out there.
get it, you
You
in.
know what I
Yep,
mean? And they
yep.
are grown men as well. So I do believe that he got the talent, he got the arm strength. I do believe that he could throw the ball anywhere in the field. It's just the fact that he's still a little bit immature when it comes to the quarterback play. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you could just see it on the field, man. By his body language every time he gets sacked or when things don't go his way. Every time he try to make circus throws and he just run out the pocket, trying to do
Yeah,
everything that he done in college, and it just don't work. But
yeah,
I feel like once he get back in the lab or whatever, I'm not saying he's going to be the almighty, but you do see the potential and the talent that he has. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
undeniable.
yeah,
He just got to get back in the lab. You know what I mean? Like right after this off season, take a few weeks off, get your body relaxed. You know what I mean? Get your mind away from football, and by time early March or something like that, get back in the lab. You know what I mean? Get back,
yeah.
and that go for a lot of quarterbacks. Actually, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
another young quarterback, Michael Penix, who the Falcons starting Michael Penix Jr. and benching what's my man that played for the Falcons now? He came from the Vikings.
You talk about Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, yeah, they benching Kirk Cousins and starting Michael Penix Jr. Who else had a hard time this year for real? Just to name a couple
Yeah,
quarterbacks in the NFL that actually struggle, but you see the potential. Those type of quarterbacks, man, they need to hurry up and hit the lab right after the season for
yeah,
real. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's that, man. To wrap up the NFL Week 15 recap, man. Now we about to get into the podcast portion of this show. You already know, man. Let's get it.
Yo, 20 carats dripping on my neck. I ain't even stunting cause this book is in its new protect. That's just how I'm coming, spending hundreds on the music set. Running up the budget, new estate, and a foreign car. Get it off the muscle, please don't tell me how to spend my money.
You already know, man. You are now live with us, man. Rel and Young Jervs. You are now live with the Holla at Your Boy podcast edition, man. You already
I'll
know, man. Please make sure that you go on YouTube. Please make sure that you subscrib, man. Let me put the YouTubes up real quick, man. Let me put the YouTubes up
YouTube up real quick.
real quick. Here we go. I honestly, I don't even think I got it up here. But anyway, man, listen, it is
Yeah,
Dolo
yeah.
Solo 1033 TV. It is Dolo Solo 1033 TV. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we go on live or when videos are being put up, man. And this video is brought to you by Hypewave91.com, and that's Hypewave91.com. Made for comfort, man. Some good clothes, some good clothing brand made for comfort, man. You already know, man. Hyper Foams is now 10% off, man. So go cop you a pair of Hyper Foams, 10% off. And also,
Word.
man, 50% off on selected sweat sets, man. 50% off on selected sweat sets. So please make sure you go on Hypewave91.com and get your merch. You already know, man. Let's get right into it, man. Let's pop this thing off. Let's get it started, man. Let's go, Young Jervs. Let's go, Young Jervs.
Word.
Sticky boy, man. My boy had the flu. My boy got the flu right now. My boy over there
I don't
sick,
got the
man.
flu right now. I'm
What
on
you got
better,
the
but
bird? What you got the bird flu or the Spanish flu?
he said the bird flu, Spanish flu. I don't know what flu I had something. Like I was going like I was bed rest. I had my shorty all roll me down with vapor rub and alcohol and everything. Like I didn't even care. I felt vulnerable. I'm like, yo, go ahead, like because it is what it is. Like so yeah, I was out. Yo, that it put me down. It caught me off guard. Like but I feel better though. Like my voice and everything is straight. So as long as it passed through, sometimes that's for me. It came probably mostly for me sleeping on the bed with the fan right next to me, and it's getting colder. I don't know I love. I mean, for every viewers, I love sleeping
Yeah.
with the fan.
I gotta have some type of air just hitting my
Yeah,
body, but
yeah, yeah,
I still wanna be tucked under the cover though. But I gotta
yeah,
have that
yeah.
air hitting my body though, type shit.
Yeah, it's the air and the sound. The air and the
Yeah.
sound mix it just put me to sleep. Like, and I just got that circulation. But I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I can't. I got a ceiling fan in my room, so I'm like, all right, let me just use that, and that'd be enough. So dang, I gotta get used to not having a fan up on me, especially it's getting cold. So that it kind of caught me off guard. That's my best plea what happened to me. But yeah,
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, I'm good with that. But what I wanted to talk, I had something that I was just thinking about. We start thinking about a lot of random stuff, just being whatever you doing whatever and stuff. Um, do How do you feel about the media aspect? Like, do you feel like it's more
Meter?
of like
What meter?
I said media?
Oh, I just said meter.
Nah, I said media. I said media. Like the media aspect. Like, how do you feel about do you feel like it's a distraction? Like on
Mhm.
life. Do you feel like it's so much going on the media to the aspect it got people so caught up in a brainwash or a trance, like caught up in like a matrix of this world, like they just doing things repetition, just like a whole cycle. Do you feel like it's a big on distraction of how this world is being played out? This is like a three thing question, but I want to ask that first and say your answer before I start moving on, whatever. So how do you feel like it's a distraction overall, like in life?
The media, yes, it could definitely be a distraction in life for real. It could
Yeah.
definitely be a distraction. Hold on. Okay, cool. I got it. Yeah, it could definitely be a distraction in life.
Mhm.
I say that because you know, when you got like social media and then you got like misinformation out there, you know what I mean? Somebody can get a hold of that, especially the misinformation. Somebody can get a hold of that and then start spreading a lot of lies, you know what I mean? Start spreading a lot of propaganda and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Social media got us all thinking that people are living and doing something that they really not. You know what I mean? I saw a video before when somebody was, they was in a Lamborghini, you know what I mean? They was, taking pictures of mansions and stuff like and videos of them being in mansions and stuff like that. But like in reality, like they was homeless for real. So it's just like a false perception at the same time.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Also, and in the same breath, the media is needed. I heard Denzel Washington say, if you watch the news, you misinformed. If you don't watch the news, then you're uninformed. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a give and take for real. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
where so
Yeah.
you need the media, but it's like it can be a distraction for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
definitely could be a distraction and stuff like that. Back in the days, we didn't have no media, so we had more time on our hands actually being creative, actually being hands on with a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, interacting in the world rather than being caught up in these devices and
Yeah. Yeah.
doing everything online, going shopping online. The interaction amongst humans what was better that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, yo, if you really want to break it down, like the media is music too. Like, yo, the way we get our music now, like if you really just
It's
want to break
totally
down the whole
different. Yeah.
media and the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
internet aspect, the way we get our music now is different than how we got our music before.
Yeah.
I like it
Totally
before
different.
because everybody wasn't so accessible. So like the rapper that you like was or the singer that you liked or the artist or whatever, they were a mystery to you.
To you.
And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on in their life. You just know that they made great music. I guess if you want to call them idols to you or whatever the case may be, you looked up to them in some type of way. But now, with the media, celebrities is watered down. The word celebrity is watered down now because everybody
Mhm.
want to be social media famous. Everybody is a lot of these celebrities are accessible now, and it's like it's everything is just watered down now, man. Everything is
Yeah.
watered
Yeah.
down, man.
So
So
so so so let's just say let's just say the government and all the government everywhere because it's multiple governments because it's different countries and all that. Say they just get together, they be like, you know what, we feel like it's we came down to a thing, the media, we just want to stop it because some reason. And say they end up like deciding to eliminate media altogether. Like they tell people, no, you got about 6 months in span to make sure
mhm,
you get your pictures, get everything that you have on the media to saving your job and all that. Cause they about to just stop and disconnect everything. This about to be a whole wipeout with the media, no media at all. Going back to just regular how it is, things manually. Like you want music, you gotta buy this junk. You get to you gotta listen
mhm,
to stuff on a
mhm,
regular iPod. Got like a regular music thing, no media, no whatever. Phones, you regular phones ain't gonna be no internet. Like you just gotta they go into that aspect. Would you be okay with that? Or would you be like, nah, yo, we still need the media, though. I understand it's probably a distraction, but we still need it. But would you be okay with
mhm.
just going without it, like fully?
There's a couple things that I could attack that with. For number one, I'm gonna be good without it. Let me just say that.
Yeah, yeah,
But me, like I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get to it. You know what I mean? So I don't need the media to get to what I need to get to. And the second thing is that I'm not socially awkward. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I could be
yeah.
an introvert at times, but I'm not socially awkward. a lot social media and the media period made a lot of people socially awkward. They don't even know how to hold the
Yeah, facts,
conversation for real.
facts,
They don't know
facts.
how to talk for real. They don't know how to do anything other than what's on the phone for real. Me, I don't need the phone. You know what I mean? Listen,
Yeah,
as long as listen, I like to create. I can be creative. So we grew up in the 90s for real. When we ain't need none of this stuff. We ain't have none of this stuff for real. So
nah,
it's
nah.
different for us. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yup,
It,
yup.
it's different for us. Those 2005 babies and stuff like that. I feel like they will have a hard time
Hard
with,
time.
with
Yeah,
trying to function in the real world. I think
yeah,
those are ones that's actually socially awkward and stuff like that.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
a lot of people that from the 90s and stuff like that, they got caught up. I'm not gonna say everybody, but they're caught up in this whole media thing and the trend and all of that stuff. And I believe that a lot of people do live off social
yeah.
media and media and stuff like that, so they might not know how to
Like
function.
TikTok
If
and all these other
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But nah, man. As far as me, man, I'm good, bro. Like I'm good, man. Listen, if
Yeah,
you can make the old cable boxes, or you can have 9 channels on it. Listen, when we was growing up, we had 9. If you ain't had no cable, we had 9 or 10 channels,
yeah,
and we was
yeah.
watching whatever was on them channels.
Yup,
You know what
yup,
I'm saying?
yup.
I was watching Cheers. I was watching Reading Rainbow. Like I was watching Zabooma Fool, Zoom. All just whatever was on them 13 channels. So
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
man. I don't need the media for real, bro. I don't need the media
Mm,
for real. Like I can just take it back to the 90s, bro, and live how we used to be living in the 90s. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
don't need the media for real. I'm
for
not
real.
socially awkward. Like the media makes a lot of people socially awkward, and they don't know how to interact in the real world. So I know how to
Right.
interact.
Nah, nah, I feel that. I feel that. And I would say this before I move on to my third one, because I told you it's like a 3 months thing, but I'm gonna lab on that a little bit. I agree with you. I would say though, to an extent, I would say I would want the media to be existed just on one certain level, not how like so not in a social media type level, not like
Mhm.
Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that, even YouTube, not in that aspect, but in the aspect as like advertising wise, like aspect as um like you posted like I would I would be okay if I like if it's a like say a movie come out and I don't feel like going to the movies. I can just go on the web and it's right there.
Nah,
Like,
man, go to the movies. That's socially
nah,
awkward. That's you
nah.
being socially
But
awkward.
sometimes you ain't. I'm not saying that I won't never go to the movie, but sometimes you won't want. You might not feel like going. Like sometimes
Nah,
you
man,
now you
take
got
that ass
you.
to the movie theater,
Nah, man.
man.
Like nobody don't want to go to the movies all the time just because something come on. Like nobody don't want to go to you. So you
Nah,
tell me,
listen,
hey,
what
you
you
go
was
to the
doing,
movies
what
all
you
the
was
time.
doing before Netflix and all that came out. What was you doing before the internet was coming out?
Wait until it come on DVD.
So you want to go to the movies?
I want to go to the movies all the time. Nah, hey, like, you went to the movies every time a movie came out.
No,
You went
no,
to the
I
movies.
wasn't going to the movies all the time, but it's just the fact that okay, so DVD or V8 or VHS, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
but we had that. It took at least 6 months for that shit to come on DVD.
yeah, yeah. So and that's when I had to wait until it came on 6 months
But
or whatever.
just the thrill of going to a movie theater back in
I
the day
get,
was
yeah, I
popping.
get you. And we did that to for the most part. You go out, let's go. My mom's or with my uncle or whatever. Let's go to the movies. We go. But for two things, sometimes you didn't have that much money to go out and take to the movies because you can't go. If you take one, you gotta take others. It wasn't that easy to be like, oh, everyone to come out. Let's go to the movies. Let's go to the movies. And then sometimes you probably just on your relaxed day that you could cook, you could done cleaned your house, done cook. You've done work. You done a whole bunch of other stuff, and you like, listen, like I want to see this movie that came out, but I ain't trying to jump in no car. I ain't trying to do all this, man. I just want to sip some wine, chill in the house, and watch something nice, like And
But
sometimes,
they got movie theaters like that though. You can go to
yeah,
an
but
odd pick.
sometimes like no, it's not wrong to not want to go out, bro. Like it's nothing wrong with
Nah,
that. Like
it's yeah, nah, it's not wrong, but Okay, so this is what you saying though. So you saying
Yeah,
you just want that 1% of the media or whatever the case. Like if you don't feel like going to the movie theater, you can just be like, you know what, boom, I can just, I can
yeah.
just pop it. I can just go
Yeah,
online and it's right there.
I basically what I'm saying that I don't mind like Netflix. I don't mind Netflix for
Yeah.
like that. I don't mind Hulu, Peacock. I don't mind that type of aspect of the media. Why? Because that's like movies and stuff that you could have for your house. When you talk about in the aspect in those type of media wise, I don't mind those type of media wise. Why? Because that's that it's like okay, if you want to just chillax, you want to just chill. Like maybe you got a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend for the females, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
and y'all just want to relax, sit, and just have a romantic thing in your house. You got you could boom boom hook up your phone or whatever, your tablet, computer, whatever, and then you got that right there on your screen. You don't have to necessarily go. So I think like that should be that's to me that's okay. Like sometimes you just want to chillax and be in the house and
That's
vibe
what you
out.
got
Like,
DVD. That's what you got old DVDs for. Pop in the old ass
yeah,
DVD.
but like I just said back in the days, because we didn't feel like going to movies all the time, or we didn't have that much money to constantly spend on movies. We had to wait 6 months or whatever, so if it come on VS1 or if it come on DVD. Well, first before it come on tape, and then that's when DVDs came out, and we had to wait. Wait, you think we wanted to do that? Nobody don't like to wait. Like I would, if I could get it, if a brand new movie just came out and I could watch that brand new movie right then and then without having to go to the movies, then I'm gonna be okay with that. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna want to watch a new movie that just came out without having going to the movie theater. Like yo, like boo, like I got this. You have this. You see that? You saw that advertising on that movie? Nah, yeah, I saw it. Like I always wanted to watch. I wanted to watch that. It just came out tonight. You want to watch that too? Yeah, all right, cool. Like you don't feel like going out. We're gonna watch it in my crib. We're gonna chillax. I'm gonna put it on. I got this app. Bam. Like sometimes it be like that. So that's how I'm looking in that type of aspect. When it comes to the media in that type of range, I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best. But when you talking about like social media, internet wise, like I also don't mind. I also don't mind. I ain't gonna lie. I know sometimes this. I would say this, and I move on. I know so like when it comes to the like now this coming to the brain now. This coming to like using your brain and researching and studying. It's a give and take because I know you might say like no we got to get better. I know most people like yo we got to actually get better studying manually. But I don't mind like Google and searching, like that type of media. Like they say, yo, Google not help me out a lot, but a lot. Yo, I Google
Nigga,
everything,
not
bro.
only Google, nigga, if I need to learn how to fix something, I'm going on YouTube.
Yeah. So it like in certain aspects, I understand the media because it help, but I do know sometimes doing it and figuring it out is better. But it sometimes somebody that's not by you, that's far away, that have the answer for you, the media can help you in that aspect. So I would say when it comes to those type of medias, I'm okay with, but when it comes to social media, like just put it this, I will be okay to eliminate social media. Like, like all
Mm-hmm.
these social media, all this whatever. I don't really care too much because those be the problem. Sometimes YouTube could be posting, people be up on there too, but you could give and take on YouTube or whatever. Google, I utilize that all the time. It helps me health wise, and if I'm feeling some type of way, because sometimes I would say this and I end it. This is I'm gonna move on to my last. Sometimes going to the doctor and this goes to my other question I was going to ask too. Going to the doctor and you getting a checkup, or say you feeling some type of way, and sometimes I used to ask doctors. I want listen. I would question a doctor to the fullest because if I want to understand my health, you getting paid for this.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to the doctors, I'm letting them know like, okay, he explained something to me. Oh, this is what's going on. I'm like, okay, what is that? Well, you
Yo,
just say some big word. I don't know what that
yo,
is.
what? So wait, what this shot do that you giving me?
Yeah. I'm
So
actually
yeah, so wait, it's called what? Okay, wait, hold up. Let me, and I'll be in the doctor's office researching the shot. Trying to look
Polygramia.
it up.
It'd be like, it'd be some jump like, yeah, they say that, it's the polygramia inside your, it'd be a word like that
You be
inside
like
your stomach.
polygramia. What is
Like
the
a polygramia.
polygramia?
Like, what's the polygramia? Like, what do that do? Like, I be like, that's all. I mean, I ask questions. I be like, yo, so what is that? Like, what that actually do? Like, so how do I avoid that? What can I do for it to make that better? What can I do to not that? Like, I asked 21 years. Sometimes I'll be aggravating doctors, but I don't care. Like one time I was asking questions to a doctor. He acted like he didn't want to answer it. Like he was over it. Like he was just being nonchalant. Like he didn't want to. I don't know. Maybe he had so many patients. And he was just ready to go home. Listen, if you're on the clock, I don't care what day you have. I don't care how many patients you have. I don't even care if you're looking at my skin tone. I ain't saying throwing race in. I'm just saying all of the above. You get paid for this. You're gonna help me out. Like you're a doctor, and I'm gonna force you to help me out, no matter if you feel like it or not. Like before I leave there, I'm gonna have my answer. So, but for me saying that, sometimes doctors don't give you answers to help you survive in life. They just look at you as a job and then give you medicine and send you home. So Google helped me a lot. Like some things that some things that doctors didn't explain to me, I learned from Googling it, and I'll be like, oh, what is this? What is that? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I gotta stop eating this. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta whatever. Like, and I saw a lot of change in the health wise because of that. Because there's a lot of doctors that put a lot of articles, a lot of stuff up there that makes sense. You do gotta be careful because some articles would be a little bit misinformed, but like. No, so I would say media in a certain aspect like that does help. But when you talk about going to like socialize people like in this world with how they are doing, you see all these other stuff, music wise, and all these image and followers and all this other stuff. I think that's just a big distraction of life and get people caught up in. So whatever. So I'm gonna move on till I could go. So I don't be elaborating on this. My last thing that I want to say is now if they do that. And they eliminate, eliminate the media, all the above, like get rid of it. How do you think that will affect the world? Do you think it's going to cause chaos? Do you think it's going to? Do you think like people going to adapt, or do you think it's just going to be a mess? Like, how you feel about it?
It's going to be a mess. First, it might be. Listen, trigger warning. It might be mass suicides, bro, because people don't know how to interact no more, bro. People don't know how to live in reality for real. You know what I'm saying? Like people is so caught up in this internet joint that people don't know how to function for real. People don't know how to shop no more. You know what I mean? People don't know how to do things hands on no more. Like everybody is so tapped in, this whole internet thing that it's crazy, man. I think the whole world would it'll definitely be chaos, bro. Like you talking about mental illness right now. Them mental illness cases about to be up. Like it's gonna be up for real.
That's sad. For you saying that, it's true though. I feel exactly. I agree, but that's sad though. That if they eliminate the media all together. And everybody just start like not everybody, but a lot of people just start going insane and losing their mind and all that. That's sad. Like that's how you know how bad this world is and how brainwashed and bad because that's exactly what happened. Because that's how people is. They're caught up into it.
Yo, just imagine it's somebody right now that's rich that got Alexa. They don't do nothing with their hands, bro. They got Alexa. They got the clap on lights, clap off lights. Everything that's inside their house is AI electronic devices and all of that stuff. They don't touch nothing, bro. They don't sweep. They don't sweep. They don't wash dishes. They got automatic broom. They got brooms that are sweep for them. You know what I'm saying, bro? They don't take out the trash. They don't take out the trash. They got the little. I seen it. It's something that you got in your house. You just throw the trash in it and it just take it all the way down to the trash. Yeah, they got that, bro. They got the laundry thing. You just throw the laundry thing inside the little hole thing. It'll soup the laundry and wash it.
I think I saw that one. I think
bro. And you got millionaires and billionaires that got that, bro. Like if they don't have that, bro, you know what's gonna happen to them, yo?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what
Yeah,
people do when they have millions of dollars or billions of dollars and then they look at their account and they got no money? You know what they end up doing?
yeah.
So just
They end up
imagine
taking
if
themselves
it's
out.
no media, no technology, whatever you said. Just imagine, bro. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy, bro.
yeah.
People,
It would be.
you gonna start really seeing weird people. Like you really gonna start seeing the
Yeah,
difference between real active humans and weird people.
yeah. I think it would be crazy because now people will be getting out, and this world is getting more populated as ever. I was just joking. I was just joking with my show the other day because I was in traffic and all that, right? And I'm like, yo, man, like usually back in the days when you dealing with when you trying to beat traffic, you be good. Long as you leave before business hours, you good. You like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, man, we gotta leave your business hours. We gotta get on the highway now, bro. Like, because
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to get caught up in traffic. And you be good, right? Because you know business hours you gotta set. Man,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't matter no more. Traffic comes anytime. It's
Yeah.
traffic no matter where you leave, whenever, like, you in traffic. No, I'm like, yo, I was joking. I was like, yo, man, people need to stop having sex, man. Like, they need to stop having babies. Everybody just need to start getting celibate. Like, stop popping babies out because you're just overpopulating this world and it's just getting traffic everywhere. Like, so, but I was just joking with it all, because, like, shoot, like, I don't know if I'm about to get back.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure,
nah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
nobody
nah,
else is
you
about to get
twirling.
that up, right? But nah, yeah, it's getting populated. This world is getting very populated. Like,
But
so
real quick, even when you said the whole sex, bro, they coming out with sex robots, bro. You think, bro? You talk, yo, they about to depopulate the human race. They coming out with sex robots, bro. Listen, bro. They
yeah,
already
but
have,
I don't think so, a lot of men and females because they come in both type of genders and stuff. Like I don't think a lot of them will be using it, but I think most let's just speak on the men aspect. Most men is not gonna be because like
You tweak
most
it,
men is
bro.
not gonna be most men is not gonna do that. Like
These
I get
realistic
you,
sex
I get
dolls. Yo, people
I
are in
get you.
relationships with sex dolls.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the weird ones out there. I read articles.
Yeah, yeah,
I seen it
yeah,
in
yeah,
porns. I seen it
yeah,
every. People are in relationship with sex dolls, and for the females, they
yeah.
have robots. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about your hi, how are you robot. I ain't talking about that. I'm
No,
talking
I
about
know what
these
you're talking
joints
about.
that you can hook up that'll fuck this shit out to. I'm talking about the shit that you put on the wall and
No,
it'll
no,
start
I
pressing
know. I
and
saw
they
stuff
get
on.
satisfied. They get satisfied with that. And you want to know what? They ain't got to deal with human sizes. They can go get their custom size. So if you used to a
Yeah,
size 13, you can go get a size 13. If you like the 2 inches, you
yeah,
can go
yeah,
get 2 inches, bro. Like this is where it's coming
yeah,
to now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
But
that way you don't have
yeah,
to deal. Men don't have to deal with the aggravations of a female, and a female don't have to deal with the aggravations of a man. They can actually get they shit off by pleasing themselves with these little sex toy devices and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But I get what you're saying. But this conversation been brought up in multiple in discussions and everything, and a lot of people like even like with women and females that I heard and had talked about that right there. A lot of them they like it, but they do speak on like it becomes awkward when it's not like a human body. Like, it's good and all. You could, okay, if you don't have a man or a woman or pleasing you or at that time. So I'm gonna turn on my machine. I get mine off. It is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. Like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the preferred part is what it's talking. Oh
Mm-hmm.
nah, like I need a motion of a man. I need like a lot of women that speaks on that, they like it, but they prefer because it's a different, it's not only the feeling of like when it comes to sex, it's not only a feeling. I know you like, this, like whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's not only the feeling of like, intercourse that makes somebody, you know, even as me as a man, this don't be only the intercourse part that made me interact with a female and make me feel good when it comes to that
It's the
point. It,
it's the spiritual connection.
it's the whole motion. It's
it's the
like how she
whole
moves, her
yeah.
her her give back, like on her feedback. Basically, I said give back her feedback on how she feels and how she grabbed me when I grabbed her. Like, you know, all that.
Bro, it's the
You know,
human interaction. It's
yeah,
real spiritual human
yeah.
interaction. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I get
So
that. Yeah,
that's what makes things even more better. Like
yeah.
it turns even more. So a lot of women, a lot of men understand that. So like I get what you're saying. You got
But
weird
what
ones
about the
out there.
ones that don't though? Like
No,
you said,
that's
you
why I say
speaking
I
for the
get you.
ones that do,
You do
but you
got
got
weird
the
ones out
ones
there.
that don't need none of that. And I'm seeing more of
Yeah.
that on I'm seeing more of that on porn and on my Twitter and all that than I bro, they
Yeah,
sell
yeah,
content like that. That's why they
yeah,
be doing their OnlyFans and stuff like that, bro. Not saying that they not that they, you know, not choosing a human aspect, but bro, it's a lot of them that just don't want to deal with any humans, bro. Like they just socially awkward ones and the ones that just
yeah, yeah,
want to be in the media and make media content. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They get so hooked on the media content. They get so
yeah.
hooked on the that they don't want to deal with it. So it's a lot of those. Just like how you talking about, it's a lot of those. It's a lot of other ones too.
Nah, I get you. I get you. Like, but that's I get you. I still feel like there's more people that's wants a body that they can influence than people that just want a machine. But it is a lot of people. So I get the aspect you saying deep, because when we first got on the subject, we was talking about depopulating. So even though it could be most people could want a
Yeah,
body, but because of there is still a lot of people that are interacting with machines, that could be a percentage that could cause of depopulation. You know,
yeah.
because
Especially
of
with
they
AI and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. They just getting into machines and stuff like that. But that's just weird. Like, how can you just how can you sit there? Because that's like having sex with a dead body. Like, how can you sit there with a sex or a machine? Yeah, it moves somewhat because the dead body don't move. Like, I get it. And these machines, they building them to move, like to like a body. Like, sure, I saw one that they posted on I think it was on Facebook. They post and when she give oral, she actually holds your junk and do the thing like regular, like move her head, make sounds and all. I'm like, yo, they get out of pocket with these junk. Now,
Nigga,
like,
nigga, I had
like,
a motherfucker, I had a pocket pussy, nigga. Like that shit,
yeah,
nigga. That
yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
that shit was amazing. What you talking about?
You said you had one?
Yeah, bro, that shit was amazing. But I know the difference between that and like, you know, real
Yeah,
pussy.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
it like
Right.
it was like it
Nah,
was good,
I'm
bro.
not, yo, I'm not even gonna front you my other relationship that I had, like, you know, she was very lacking with that to the fullest. Like, oh, it was to the point I'm like, yo, you need help.
Yeah.
I never thought I would go ask and use this right here. I never thought I'd be a man that be looking for toys or build whatever. But I can't take this no more. Like I can't take this no more. Like you need some help. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna have to deal
yeah,
with this. Like, you know,
yeah,
before I go out and find an unattractive chick that's down for whatever. You know, because you know a lot of those unattractive ones, they trying to prove something. But like, yeah,
mm-hmm.
I might be big in my weight and my body probably ain't nothing, but I'm gonna let you know you gonna stay with me for something. They be
Yeah,
going
yeah,
in,
yeah.
if you going into your junk, you be like, yo, baby, you gotta take that cold shower and just be like, damn, like, yo, I really did this, but
That
her,
shower be a
her,
that shower,
her,
you be like, damn, yo, not again. I really did this again.
yeah, word. But yeah, like, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to go that route. So I'm like, yo, man, I think I'm gonna have to do this. I think, but
Yeah,
I never fully. I thought about it heavy, like heavy. I was like close, but like, I'm like, damn, I'm because I'm a cheap guy. I don't like spending money, like. So
yeah.
that's what made me not get it. Cause I'm like, yo, I could spend my money on this, then getting that. It is what it is. I just deal with it,
My
you
boy
know.
is
So
frugal.
what?
I say you are frugal.
What you mean?
Frugal mean it's damn near meaning that you cheap. Like you
Oh
cheap. You don't really
yeah.
like to spend money
Yeah.
and shit like that.
I'm cheap. I'm my like ending off of this on SpongeBob that the show. Like
Mm-hmm.
I hate that show, but one character I love out of that whole show is Krusty Krab because he this nigga be serious about money. You get like you waste a penny, he mad. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, he's serious about money. That's how I am. Like I'm like Krusty
Yeah.
Krab off of SpongeBob. I do not like spending money, but I
Yo,
gotta get better at it because it's okay to spend
before
money.
before we get to the next topic, I saw somebody. I don't know if it was on one of these TV shows or whatever, but my man's and his girl was so frugal. Like after they finished the dishes, like they
Yeah,
recycled the water, like type shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
After
yeah,
they take a shower or a bath, they reuse that, boil it to make it good again, and then take a bath in that bath water that they just used. Or after they use, like, I think clean the dishes. It was something to where as though they was reusing everything that they used already. So when it came to washing dishes, when it came to taking a bath or something, like he was like, yo, I only take a bath for about a good 2 minutes. I accumulate all the water. Y'all go look it up on YouTube. If I'm lying, I'm flying, yo. Just type in frugal people who people who like to live frugal, or people, whatever it is. It's a bunch of them out there. But the one I saw specifically, they was
yeah.
cheap, man. They was cheap. Yeah.
I ain't think I'm
Like
doing all that. I
like
ain't
all of
doing all that.
yeah, like all the fucking, like if you had spaghetti and stuff like that, whatever's that was left over on the plate, they scrape that shit back in the pot. The next thing you know, that should accumulate to dinner for the next day, like the next night. I don't even know. Yo, go watch it, yo.
Yo, that's wow.
Yo, go
I wish
watch it,
I
yo.
would. And what like I don't know if they probably said they talked about this on when you was watching it, but just in case, like, do they have companies and they do that with it? Because like, if I go in a house and I see something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting them know. I'm like, yo, first, I'm gonna have to. I'm like, yo, you just scrape that back in the pot. You be like, yeah, we recycle this. We don't throw away food. I'm like, yo, be honest, like, so what you just served me with that recycled food. And if you tell me, I mean, yeah, it's still good, it's still fresh, we recook it all the time, I'm gonna be pissed. Like it's gonna be, yo, move the
Yeah,
tables, move it. That's like my man on Insta, that's rumble worthy right there. Like, like
yeah,
you don't
bro.
tell me, you don't tell me that it's recycled food you feeding me. Like, move the furniture out the way. You might as well throw hands right now. Like, so
Yo, before we move to the next topic, listen, when I do the Patreon, I'm gonna find that video and I'm gonna do we gonna do a review on that video on
yeah,
Patreon
yeah,
or whatever like
yeah.
that. Please make sure that y'all
That's
subscribe to the
tight.
Patreon at Dolo Solo 103 TV. That's DOLO money sign OLO 103 TV, man. Make sure y'all come up there and become a member to the Dolo Solo 103 TV. You already know, man. What are your non-negotiables in your 30s?
Non-negotiables, like stuff that you just not going to go with, right?
So yeah,
Like,
stuff that you ain't going for in your 30s. What are your non-negotiables in your 30s?
man, I would
You want
say,
me to pop it off? Or you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
good, or
yeah.
you
You
want
can
me?
pop, you
Okay.
can pop it up.
My non-negotiables in my 30s is, yo, listen, my patience is thin. Don't waste my time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so yeah, my patience is thin. Like I don't have time to be, playing around for real, or for you to be playing in my face. That's like a non-negotiable for real.
yeah.
Um, um, damn. Shit, I got a lot for real. You can't be disloyal. That's non-negotiable. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no disloyals. Um, disrespect is non-negotiable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely,
Yeah. Um,
definitely.
respect is non-negotiable. You gonna respect me. It ain't
Yeah.
no, we can't negotiate respect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um,
I would say, if you're not trying to bring in the same energy that I am, that's non-negotiable. Like,
negotiable.
cause
Yeah,
I'm not about to be cause I'm not about to be giving energy to you and you ain't giving the same energy back. Then I'm like, nah, like contract over. Like, me, I can't mess with you. Like, even like I'm talking about not even a relationship, just friends, because your circles, people in your circle, you gonna want them to put in the energy in you as much you do for them too. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you like us, like we bros, and you gonna want me to give you the energy as much I want the energy that we both do the same. And if you see me not, you gonna hit me up like, bro, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm doing all this, bro. And I gotta respect that. And I'll be like, all right, bro,
mm-hmm.
my bad, I've been off. Boom, let me try to whatever. So
Yeah,
like, yeah, like if you're not bringing in that energy, that it's non-negotiable. Like energy means a
yeah,
lot to me.
yeah. Another non-negotiable is if you ain't clean, I don't need you to be. That's not that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, word,
Non-negotiable is
word.
you being dirty. No, I need you to be clean.
I'm glad you mentioned hygiene. Like if your breath is rocking,
Hygiene.
it's like that's non-negotiable. Like you gotta hit me that. Your breath rocking, man. I'm tired of going through that, man. I'm glad I don't
Yeah,
have to go through it no more. Like, but like I've been through that. Be
yeah.
talking.
Yo, if your fingernails dirty, that's non-negotiable. I don't want to be looking across, or I don't want to see you digging at your food or trying to give me something and your fingernails dirty, bro. Like clip them
Word.
shits to something.
Yeah, word. Nah, I feel that. That's
Another
not.
another non-negotiable.
Uh,
If your box stink, your box.
yeah,
That's a non-negotiable. You too
word.
you too grown to be having your box thinking for real.
Word, yeah, you
Grown.
too old for that, man. You in your 30s,
Clean
too
it.
old for that.
What Martin said, Dutch, douche,
Douche.
whatever. That's non-negotiable. Okay? Okay?
Word. If your house is dirty, it's dirty as shit. Your house is just it's messy, dirty. You listen, you grown. You know if your house messy. You know if your house nasty. You know if you don't like cleaning up and you don't clean, you don't do that. Like you walk through it every day. Come on, you know the definition of nasty. Like if you know your house is nasty, it's non-negotiable. Don't call me over. Don't ask me to eat from your place. Don't fix me a plate. Don't invite me. I don't know. I don't. It's non-negotiable. You don't like to clean, so now you got to deal with me. Don't want to be over there, like
Yeah.
and don't invite, don't bring no food to where I need to be at. Oh, I brought a platter, and I know you cooked over that nasty stove. The refrigerator looked like a horror movie. Like no,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
clean your
yeah,
house
yeah.
out, and that's what it is. Like
One more thing. If you going out with people, right? And you know you ain't got no bread, but when you get there, everybody pulling up and everybody about to go have fun, but you asking people to pay, non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. You will be left right where you at.
yeah.
You will be left right there at that spot. You ain't coming in the spot with us because you ain't got no bread. You should never came because you ain't had no money. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah. If you come in, everybody put on bottles, but you getting more shots and more drinks than everybody, and you ain't putting nothing on it. That's not negotiable, bro.
That's not negotiable.
You gotta
That's
calm
not
down, boy. Like,
negotiable.
well, 1 or 2 cups, that's it, bro. You gotta save the rest for everybody else. Like,
That's non-negotiable. That's a fact. That's non-negotiable, man. You know what I mean? But listen, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, man. That wraps up the show for tonight. Unsportsmanlike Talk Show is every Tuesday between 8:30 and 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also, please make sure that y'all become a member on the Patreon. I gotta put the Patreon picture up there so that way they can see it. Become a member on the Patreon at Dolo Solo 103 TV. That is DOLO money sign OLO 103 TV. It is called Patreon for those who don't know. That's PATREON.com. Once you go in the search bar, type in Dolo Solo, that's DOLO money sign OLO 103 TV, and you'll see everything that pop up, man. It's a lot of perks when you become a member. It's definitely a lot of perks when you become a member. Also, please make sure that y'all go on hypewave91.com, man. Hypewave91.com, man. Made for comfort, man. Where's that thing? There we go. Hypewave91.com. made for comfort, man. 50% off selected merch. Siri, I ain't even talking to you, Siri. 50% off on selected merch, man. You know what I'm saying? 10% off of your hyperphones, man. 10% off of your hyperphones. So make sure y'all go tap in with hypewave91.com. You already know, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Listen, we appreciate everybody who viewing this video now, live, and after, man. You know what I mean? Please make sure that y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will be notified when we go on live. You already know, man. It's your boy Rel, aka Dolo. That's Young Jurors, man. Thank y'all for tuning into the Unsportsmanlike Talk Show with Rel and Trail. We are out.
Yo, 20 carats dripping on my neck. I ain't even stunting cause this book is in its new protect. That's just how I'm coming, spending hundreds on the music set. Running up the budget, new estate, and a foreign car. Get it off the muscle, please don't tell me how to